God.
Alright guys, so I'm going to be talking about the River2Sea S-WAVERs. So these are budget glide baits. So they come in under 20 bucks, which is already amazing for a glide bait. And I'm going to compare these to some other budget glide baits like the Yoziri Twitching Glides or the Nessie from Berkeley. So this was my first time ever using these. It was a storming day, terrible weather, but it was a great day for throwing a glide bait. I had a great time using this lure. Now there's some things about this lure that makes it different than some of these other glide baits like I just shown you. And that's that they give a lot of response. So when you crank that reel and this thing turns side to side, you can feel every turn. Not only can you feel it, you can see it in your line. Your line will dart side to side.
On the glide bait. On the glide bait. Check that out. On the freaking glide. So the bass like rainbow trout.
Gives great feedback on the line. You can feel when this lure turns left to right. You know what this lure is doing underwater and allows you to play and manipulate that lure however you desire. Whether that's throwing it under docks or throwing it by cover and you want to make it dart in there, dart out, you can play with it a little better because you can feel it. Whereas some of these other lures, like for example, the Berkeley Nessie, I don't get that feedback as much. It's there, but it's not the same. These heavier lures, they want to almost tug the rod in your hand so you can feel it. And that's changed everything for glide bait fishing for me. Because I can feel these lures, it makes me more confident when I throw them. It makes me know that that lure is dancing under the water how I want it. If I want to speed it up and go faster, like a spook, I can, because I can feel it. If I want to go slow and make it turn just ever so slightly, I can do it just with the touch of the reel, because I can feel every little bump in there. Because these have great feedback. I just don't get them with some other cheap glide baits.
Good God. Bro, come here. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Holy shit. Check that out on the glide bait. Freaking smoked it. Holy shit. Freaking River2Sea, son, River2Sea.
So this thing definitely catches fish. Now, we bounced from multiple ponds trying this out, and me catching a couple fish on it made Danny want to throw the Berkeley Nessie. So just how I was saying about the feedback, there's little to no feedback from this. It's all in the working of the rod. You have to work this like a spook. It's not really from the reel, but it swims really well, but it's more like a underwater spook. It's more not like a glide bait. It doesn't have a big glide. It's got a real tight walk like a topwater bait almost, just subsurface. So this one you get a much further glide side to side on them long pauses, but you still have the ability to chop it, make it go fast. All from the reel.
Yeah, that's another pounder. Holy.
Yeah.
That's another like pound, like 2 pounders. Not
Sweet.
pound. That's a pound.
Check
Okay,
it
so the
out.
bigger ones are out deeper. That's what exactly.
Might as well walk over there. Cause look, this is the first day where I'm having like a glide bait bite.
I think it's the weather.
And oh my God, the way it, just the way it hits.
Let me go.
Oh, I'll walk with you.
One of the craziest things about these lures, these glide baits, is the amount of fish that would follow it. I had 5 fish following this lure. 5 fish. So I had 3 bass and 2 bluegills follow this all the way to the bank in one cast, which is insane to think that that many fish, I got that many fish's attention.
Oh God. Holy shit. I was just looking at the bait swim. Holy shit. That was freaking epic. Right beside the bank. I was just watching it swim. So watch your bait and try different reel retrieves. And I was just seeing how it swims. And it ate it at my feet. There we go. It's a little one. To show you how small a bass will eat a big glide bait. They're not all giants. Go. Look at how small that bass is compared to that glide bait. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, first cast. Over 2, like a 2.5 pounder.
So after throwing around the little one, I went back and picked up the big one, and all the same attributes I loved about the small one, the big one also has. I feel like this one, it's not as, like, it's a little bit harder to make it fast and choppy, but it has a much bigger glide. Especially on that steady retrieve, it has a much bigger glide. So that's the number one thing that makes these lures different than the other glide baits I've shown you. All of those other glide baits on a steady retrieve don't have a smooth S-wave. The S-wavers, like in the name says, on a steady retrieve will automatically have this nice glide motion. Use a twitching glide. You got to twitch it to make it glide. And the tails suck. If that sits on the deck of your boat all day, the tail's going to be warped by the end of the day. Berkeley Nessie. I actually like these a lot. They swim really good, a little bit tighter. It doesn't have a big S, but they're very light for how big they are. Downfall of these, they don't sink that well. And again, it's not a heavy lure, so it doesn't tug on that line. You're not getting that feedback. Overall, 10 out of 10. These should be the first glide bait you try. I feel like they're very easy to work with. The response gives you a lot of feedback, and you know what that lure is doing, so the learning curve is a lot shorter than some other glide baits. So pick you up some of the River2Seas, try them out, let me know what you catch on them.